Alright, this is going to be me doing a dredge 75 in order to go ahead and make sure that everybody knows how to do this. Alrighty, so we're going to do a 75 dredge. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're actually going to sub this out, and when we sub it out, you guys go ahead and see, typically you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 minute time investment on it. So if you have like a cutthroats, and if you do it right, you can actually go ahead and get the cutthroats in 2 of them. So at any rate, so basically what I do is with this, these ones that are going to be right here where I'm kind of clicking, you'll be able to actually see that I can go ahead and fire the torpedoes on. With the torps, it's easy. You have to have B torps, otherwise they'll see you, they'll start shooting on you. I'm not currently running a crew right now. You can run a crew, Deadeye Destroyers, or you can go ahead and run the Silent Hunters. With this, I do a pattern. You don't necessarily have to go ahead and do the same pattern that I do, and I'm not going to guarantee that this is going to be a perfect run, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys. As you guys can see, I mean, I use my circle a lot, and oh shit, I'm not paying attention. And typically, if you guys need to know your downtimes as well for your subs, typically you want to go ahead and be, as you can kind of see, you want to be a little bit more than a screen length away. And then this also gives you the ability, oh cool, I killed it, to go ahead and turn around. As you can see, my Nighthawks are sculled, my PNH has an anchor on it, so what ends up, so you'll actually be able to do a lot of damage. Now, if you don't have these skulls, you don't have them legendary, you are going to run into a few more problems. It can be done, but it's just going to be done at the cost of a lot of time. Now, this one and that one are pretty easy. What I do is I actually go ahead and I come back through, I take out these 3 little ones, and then I move on to the others. And you can actually, you can do quite a good job of prepping these out for other players. By prepping them out for other folks, you know, it's good practice. It can be a royal pain in the ass. I'll be the first one to go ahead and admit that. But you know, when if you guys have an alliance or another team, and I'm gonna get too close. Oh shit! I almost got way too close on that one. That was just me cutting that just a little too close. These are a little bit more forgiving, especially with the B torps. On their thermal for where they can be seen, where they can't be seen. So these are forgiving. These are not. And that's a couple of times that I've done that. I typically end up doing these with mine. I do these without any repair, or if I take if I take a Javi shot, then I might have a 3 to 5 minute repair, which is pretty much instant. Depending on kind of how it is. Now, my Nighthawks and my Phantom Nighthawk, they're built with B-Torps, they're built with the unstable core, and then they're also built with Cat 3, Bat 3, and no armor. The S armor doesn't really matter, just considering the fact that this shit is thermal, so if you end up getting hit, with this, it's because it's thermal, it's not because your stealth sucks. So, and this takes, in all honesty, this takes practice. I did probably about 14 of them before I actually was able to go ahead and do one 100% pure clean and not have to worry about getting sunk. Now, as you can see, I think my stealth drive's rank 5, and then I think the stealth is rank 5, and my torps I think are rank 3. So, as a higher rank with your stuff, you're going to be able to do, to do a lot more. Now, with this right here, I have enough to go ahead and take those 2 little ships out, but I'm going to come up here and not take any damage, and not push it, just because I want to be on the safe side, and I don't really feel like my sub's dying. But that's just me. So, with this, even with kind of some of the most basic of fleets, you can actually get the damage down to be fairly minimal. What I'll be doing is I'll actually be bringing my fusion cruiser in, my fusion cruiser fleet, and actually showing you guys how I do that with the fusion cruisers. They are massively OP, and if you don't have them, oh, tough cookies. It sucks to be you. I know, you're not supposed to say that in a shoutcast, but whatever. Pretty much Kixeye has unfortunately made everything. If you have the newest, latest, and greatest technology, then it pretty much makes the game almost a cakewalk and fairly boring, because you can do all of the menial chores for pretty much 100% free. And so, like, I mean, as you can see right now, I'm prepping the dredge out. When I go ahead and I do my final run through on this for the dredge itself, I'll probably end up taking maybe 30-45 minutes worth of damage, depending on kind of how. Oh shit! Yep, and that's what I mean by if I got a little too close. And so I got a little too close, but as you guys can see, I shouldn't have actually done that and gotten that close to it, but I did. You can actually do it and come in without having it shoot at you. And I'll show you guys how to do that on that one down there, hopefully. So, actually, whatever. This one right here, it's gonna die. Because it's coming after me, it's turning, it's not necessarily at the base, and depending on how it ends up, I should be able to... Yep, I'm down. And depending on how it ends up going, there we go. So it sees me, and it's gonna chase me. Now, it doesn't have anything that is going to actually kill me straight up. It does have rockets if it does get too close. So you do need to be aware of its rockets and how close it is. Like right there, kind of right at the edge of your torp range, is where you really want to go ahead and be for it. That way, it either can or can't see you. And it won't come after you. You have about a 3 range for it, so that you don't take any damage. And as you can see, I'm just leading this thing around because it's stupid and it's an AI, and I'm gonna end up running out of time, maybe. Now I normally don't take this path, but whatever. But you know, as you can see, all I took was just a small Javi shot, which didn't even hit my subs, and what hurt the most was the fire. When you actually see how I come in and do a lot of this, with kind of how I drive, I'm at an instant repair. But for these, it's kind of hard and unforgiving. You're gonna have to go ahead and take a torp shot, or take a turret shot or two from your from the Javies that are here. And if you're using Havocs, you can still go ahead and do this method. It's not like it'll make it a lot harder, but the Havocs actually have a 75 range, which you won't actually aggro these guys. Your major problems are going to be this guy and that guy over there. So, I'm pretty much kind of on target for time for the most part, and these guys right here are probably the biggest problem, just because they do have that massive range. So it's one thing to go ahead and consider with how you're driving and how much damage you can do. Now, Havoc Torps, it's probably going to take you a good 30 minutes in order to go ahead and prep one of these out. You're probably going to have to come back in, because Havoc Torps are only half of the damage of what the Assault Bees are. Now with this, as you can see, I'm running a little bit low on stealth, and I'm pushing it probably a little too much. The downside is that if you push it too much and you don't get to safety, these things, the little ones, will rush you and they kill you really, really quick. And it sucks. It really does. But and somebody's watching me. Why is somebody watching me? People are watching me. Fuck you, don't watch me. So, yeah. And they went away. Good. I don't like being watched. But wait, I'm being watched right now! You people are watching me! Yes, I know I'm kind of goofy and stuff like that. But I'm goofy because I have a good time, I have fun. And probably what I'll end up doing, depending on how my first pass goes, is I will grab my fleet, and then come in with my fleet and just kind of sit it outside. And in all reality, I mean, it's a massive timing issue with what ends up happening and what you're attacking, how you're attacking, and if you're doing this for yourself, you have to time it right. If you're on a slow connection or something like that, it's better to try and do this in one pass. Get a crew, Deadeye Destroyers, Silent Hunters, whatever, and you'll be able to get the crit, be able to wait outside for it to time out, and then you'll be able to move on. For me, these things take about 2 volleys of torpedoes to sink each. So, and as you can see, I like to play it safe, and I come far to the outside so I don't take a jabby hit. And you can come at it at either angle, from either the left or the right. The principle's pretty much the same. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and take your firing ring with the white right there, and you want to put it just barely halfway through. And don't rush it, because the moment you rush it is the moment that everything's going to go wrong. And like, you can take a lot of hits, you can lose your subs, and it sucks. I mean, it really does. So by doing this, you're actually able to get a lot. By doing this, you're actually able to go ahead and get dredges for free. Uranium should no longer be a problem. And as you can see right now, I'm actually in the middle of my turn. And I'm taking these out just in case I end up getting this guy. I go ahead and I'll target it, and oh, the pass is not going to go very well. Nope, I missed it. I missed it. See, as you can see right here, I'm actually able to get a few torps off, and notice how it's not actually coming after me. I need to get out of here. And then, so pretty much you have to take it at that angle, and as you see, I mean, it's barely there. And again, the range on these things for the thermal sucks. It's 75, which it can see you, and usually at the most, if you do it right, especially on your approach, at the most you're going to go ahead and you're going to take a jabby shot. You always want to go ahead and be in your turn, and this is what I mean by in your turn. You see how my subs are turning? That way, if it comes after you, you don't have to worry about turning in order to get away. You just continue on your path. Now, for this right here, we are looking at, one, my subs aren't together, which sucks. And this is some of the programming that's the issue, but whatever. So, and as you can see, like right now, I'm starting my turn. Boom. And right now you can just see, when I finish my turn, I should be just enough outside so that I won't aggro this and I won't take any turret shots. Again, right now I'm pretty much 100% fully repaired. It'll take me instant repair on each sub at most, with it, and I may need to do one more pass, but doing one more pass really shouldn't be an issue. So we'll see here. Yeah, I'm going to need to do one more pass. So here, as you can see, I'm turning away, didn't aggro it. Now with this, since I only have 2 minutes left on it, I'm going to actually leave, launch my fleet, and bring it out. And, which, by the time I get back, I'll have a little bit of time left on it. Now, mind you, one thing about my fleet is that it's not fully armored. The only thing that actually has armor on it is the Frosty. And I'm going to show you guys how I actually split my fleet. So it's going to be about 1 minute and 32 seconds or it's going to be about 42 seconds, and I wasted a little bit more time than I wanted to. Oh, this is going to be horrible. I'll be able to sink it, get away, my fleet should be here, and then I should be able to go ahead and take it for the uranium. Some of you might be wondering, well, if you can do this, why aren't you full on uranium? And the answer is because I've lost a lot of love for battle pirates for what has ended up happening. But that's neither here nor there. Just because I've lost love for it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do this stuff for friends. I've had actually a lot of requests in order to go ahead and do this to show people how it can be done. Because for pretty much a lot of people that, they'll complain, they'll go, oh, well, dredges are too hard, I can't get any uranium, and I take 9.5 hours worth of damage. Nope. Sorry. Don't Don't buy it. They're not hard. Even if you have Kudas with assault torps on them, you can put deluge missiles on them. You can do a lot here and not get spotted and or seen. In order to go ahead and make sure that everything is 100% on the up and up. And things like that. Now, as you guys see, it took me pretty much the entire 15 minutes because I screwed up. Oh, no, hey, look, he screwed up and he's doing a stream. It's not perfect. Yeah, well, you know what? Not everybody's perfect. So I got 10 seconds left. I'm just going to wait for it to time out. My Nighthawks will sit there. They can't get sniped because there's a phantom. Whoa! But, and so basically this is the way that you actually go ahead and do this in order to say, hey, look, I don't have to take a lot of damage. And pretty much in all reality, I don't need to worry about uranium if I need it. I have 2 irradiated cutthroats that are just kind of chilling in my inventory. Now, this is how I hit the Dredge with a single and solitary fusion cruiser. Or actually, this is how, well, with my fleet anyways. One thing, and I'm going to let you guys know right now, I actually haven't perfected this portion of it yet, but you can use this with just 2 fusions. You can use it with the Frosty. You can use it with, pretty much whatever you want. I use it with the fusions because it's incredibly and seriously beneficial to me on this. And no, I'm not using the control up. I'm not using, I'm not going to target everything. And pretty much the only reason why the Frosty's here is to take damage off of that off of my fusion cruiser. And the fusion cruiser will probably end up getting smacked here in a minute. But it may or may not. So as you guys can see, that pretty much took that out. And the only time that I actually end up really taking any kind of damage, which is probably going to be right there. And it's going to hit my Frosty. Nope, it's not. It's up, it's over, it's good. Crap. So, I mean, as you guys can see, I mean, I'm not getting close. The fusion cruisers are taking, light damage. No, I don't have the Ultra Super Mega Special on it. These are just basic fusion cruisers. That's all they are. And for some people, they're like, well, your fusion cruisers take a lot of damage. Well, again, they're unarmored. So, and as you can see, I mean, the new antipod launcher with the fusion cruiser outranges the turrets. And notice, there are very little health down on number 3, and number 4 isn't all that injured, and those guys aren't that injured because they didn't need any mortar fire. So, but I mean, pretty much as you guys can see, this is, in reality for me, it's incredibly easy for it. So I'll go ahead and let me just go ahead and recall both fleets, and I'll show you guys kind of what ends up happening. Yes, I have a bubble. Whatever, it's just going to be roughly the same. So, yay, I have a bubble, I've gotten uranium. Woo! Yay. 44,000 uranium. Hooray. So, I'm just waiting for these things to get back. Once they get back, I'll go ahead and show everybody what my repair time is on it. So, dun 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 dun. And maybe the tower would have been faster. Whatever. And it's the Phantom Nighthawk that's in the lead. And for those people who haven't seen a Phantom Nighthawk on the map, that's what it looks like right there. No, it's cloaked to the world. So, yeah, I know. Ay, caramba. 27 seconds. So there's, what, 13-second difference? Alright. So I screwed up on the first one, and on the second one I showed you guys how to go ahead and do it without getting seen and with the range. It's very, very finicky. You have to, you have to go slow. Don't rush it. The moment you rush it is going to be the moment you're going to lose your subs. So, whatever. Oh, and this is my wonderful little base. It's a fun base. It reminds me. I need to redeploy my base defense fleet. So, here we are, the Phantom Nighthawks, 17 minutes of repair. 3 minutes and 36 seconds on each Nighthawk. Not bad for taking a single shot, maybe I took two, to the face. And it's really all that is just the fire with it. So these are pretty much instant repair. Hooray, everybody loves instant repair and free repairs. And so, alright. This has 5 minutes and 21 seconds on it, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So it's a 21-second repair on one fusion cruiser. Hooray. Dun dun dun. Oh, yeah, and here's my build. If you guys want the build, take it. Don't care. Whatever. I'm not going to be super, ooh, you can't have my build. In all honesty, I want people to be able to go ahead and play the game for free. This one took 13 minutes and 23 seconds, and that one took 15 minutes and 45 seconds. So overall, not bad. Pretty much, it's a single coin. Oh no, it's a single coin. So, there you guys have it. It's 1 coin worth of damage. Total. Hooray! Yep. So, pretty much, guys, have fun with that. Enjoy it. You know, make sure that you go have fun and go hit people and stuff like that. So, yeah. At any rate, this is Catra 545.